Okay, this is the upper impulse deck, obviously. Now I'm sure somebody's going to have something to say snotty again about, well, good luck sanding all that down. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. So the impulse deck's going to be easy to light. The two shuttle bay doors are going to be easy to light. I've got all the textures, decals, and everything to go with this. So it's just going to be a matter of time. And just think, this cost far, 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 far less than the QMX or anything else. Cost far less to produce than the overpriced crap that you guys just love to spend thousands of dollars on. Shop smart, shop as smart. Don't pay stupid prices. And here is the two-part accurate bridge and BC deck. Easy to light, easily lightable, easy to detail. Plan ahead. Plan ahead. Look at that. And it's a perfect fit. And look, if you line it up perfectly, there's virtually no seam. Any point at which I have to slightly adjust it will not be a problem. I got this. You hear me? I got this. I can't wait. You have no idea how I can't wait to get onto this. Tell me again what I can't do. Tell me again what I don't know. These are the upper torpedo bay arms here on the left, and these are the arms that connect to the pylons on the right. No unnecessary detail. All the details will be in decals. Already set up for lighting, as you can see, for wire runs. You know, you got to think smart, think ahead, plan ahead. Unlike Schmobius Polar Aurora. Oh, I'm having so much fun. And here we have the upper torpedo deck. All done and clear for ease of lighting and or torpedo effects. Yes. Oh my. I've got to wrap up. Oh man, 4.5 torpedoes. I just love it. Oh God, it gives me wood. I'm not kidding you. I'm so happy. This is going to be fun. I'm getting ready to wrap. Well, see, I've wrapped up 3 builds. I've got 2 more to go and 1 to finalize. And they should ship out the end of this week, if not next week. That means I'm going to be getting on 2 other builds, at least 2 other builds, if not 3. And then as soon as I get deep enough into them and I just can't take it anymore, I'm going to start working on this Reliant. 1/350th Reliant in scale with the Polar Mobius POS. I love it. Yeah, we tried to put the 50-inch refit, studio accurate, museum quality. I said that first. Now people got to copy me. Studio accurate, museum quality, 50-inch refit, 240 scale. We tried to put that out for more than a decade, close to a decade and a half. Let's see, 2007 to 2025. Yeah, it's been quite a while. You hear me? And we got stopped and blocked because of the arrogant, ignorant, small-minded, myopic little douchebags on the forums. You know, like Hobby Talk, SSM, you know, Cult TV, man. Everybody wanted to stop me and block me. Why? Jealousy. Jealousy, ignorance, stupidity, insecurity, because they didn't have control. They couldn't control me. I wouldn't kiss up to them. I wouldn't lick their boots. I told them straight up, F off, partner. I'm doing it my way. I did it my way. Oh my. This is less than 1/4 of the primary hull. And this is less than 1/2 of the primary hull. Let's look at the other side. Oh my, the lower primary hull. Oh yeah. Wow, wow. Gotta love it. I like it. I love it. I can't get enough of it. And here is the supermassive upper primary hull. This is still not the whole primary hull. I have to get way up here, and I still can't get the whole thing in frame. I can't stop laughing. Oh, God, it's so funny. It's going to need a little work, but man, I'm not against a little work. I mean, come on. I had one of these know-it-alls on Facebook, you know, the guys from the forums that know everything, had some smarmy, snarky, snotty, crappy thing to say. Well, good luck. Good luck sanding down all those ridge lines. Guess what, sucker? I've been doing this since 2007. It ain't no big deal. It shows what you know, partner. You can take that smarmy, snarky attitude and shove it straight up your keister. You feel me? These douchebags, man, these holdovers from when they thought they had control and they were the kings of all Star Trekdom and model and prop making. I laugh at you. I openly, loudly laugh at you. Room, zoom, zoom.
A question. Since before your sun burned hot in space, and before your race was born, I have awaited a question.
Let's look at 3 finished models. Yes, 3 finished out-of-the-box models. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to add some more detail and do some finish work, but these are 3 finished models. This TIE Fighter, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, is going to my buddy Truby Howard. This fighter is going to go to my buddy Matt. This one I'm going to keep for myself and super detail it. Let's look at a couple of works in progress. Here it is, Penelope's pit stop. I'm going to add some detail to this, spray paint the interior, paint Penelope pit stop, add details, etc. I've already started painting Dick Dastardly's rocket car. I'm going to be detailing the interior, exterior, and Dick Dastardly and Muttley. So, 3 finished models, 2 works in progress. There will be more next week. And after this video, you will see some of Admiral Quirk's most awesome works. The best of Admiral Quirk, Part 1. Keep on trekking. May the Force be with you. Always. So, here is the 1/3 scale Sweet Sexy 7 of 9. I'm loving this model. I've been working on this. I've just got a couple of small places that need to be puttied. I've got to go over and scrape a couple places, do some more sanding, get rid of some of the ridges from the print lines. All in all, it's coming along very nicely. Now let's look at the worst part. Now, as I said previously, I made this mesh 10 years ago or more. I don't even know how long ago. I made it in Dad's studio. And wow. The newer meshes are much higher poly count. So I had a lot of faceting here to clean up. And I've got some pitting I've got to putty. But all in all, I'm just sitting here watching the end of the first season of Silo, sanding on some printed parts. And here is the back, which is also the worst part of the mesh. As you can see, I've been sanding this whole thing a little bit at a time. Watching TV. I wish I'll have to come up with another mesh someday. I worked with 2 different guys, Meta Artifacts, and another gentleman named Arthur on the head mesh. This is not the same head mesh as is standard with the Meta Artifacts model. This is my work and another gentleman's. I took great care in getting the facial structure correct, the lips, shape of the eyes, everything. So that's where this stands right now. Here is the forward section of the engineering hall just behind the deflector dish. Now I've obviously drilled a pilot hole using my eyeballometer, in the direct or semi-direct, looks like it's just about right on the spot, center of the center line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a hole saw to drill out this section around that drill hole and show you what's inside. There's usually some minor support material inside so that while the item's being printed and it's still hot, it supports the exterior lining, which makes up the outside of the engineering hall or part, whatever's being printed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up and we'll have a look at what's inside. All right, so there we go. We cut out the center and this is what came out. As you can see, there's some very minor support material in there in the form of a matrix. Now, what I need to do, you can see that the hull is paper thin at some places. What I need to do here is I need to get in there with probably a coat hanger and or a very long sharp knife that will fit all the way in there and cut out more of the support material in the back. Then I will drill all of these windows out in sections and push fiber optics through. But I'll only do that after I have carefully sanded the surface down, shot with a couple more coats of primer, and recut the grid lines. Maybe even hit it with some putty, then recut the grid lines. Now, as you can see here, I drilled out several holes in the neck in a straight line. So what I'm going to do next is, these are all pilot holes. I'm going to use larger drill bits to open that up even more and then cut a straight line down both sides to core out the hull again to add fiber optics and lights. Additionally, I will come through the top of this with a very small pilot hole. Do the same thing with this. Now, what I intend to do is to thicken up both sides of the neck and come up with a better pattern for that grill right there. So I want to thicken up the neck a little bit and make sure I got plenty of room for lights. I may even put some windows in here. So that's where we're at right now at this point.
data to resolve problem. But my programming is whole. My purpose remains. I am Nomad. I am perfect. That which is imperfect must be sterilized.
There you go. I've just got the wires held on by alligator clips, so yeah, it's a little wonky. But the lighting is at least 3 times as bright as what it was. So that was the whole goal in the first place. Bigger, better, brighter, faster, more. Alrighty then. Excuse me. Let's have a look at Nomad version 2.0. Alright, I sent this off to its destination, and guess what? The US Postal Service totally destroyed it. So I had to rebuild the entire main body and redo the electronics, starting almost from scratch. So let's check it out. It's super bright now.
The creation of perfection is no error. You are in error. You are a biological unit. You are imperfect. Your data is faulty. I am Nomad. I am perfect.
Error, 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 examine.
Answer unknown. I shall analyze. Analysis complete. Insufficient data to resolve problem. But my programming is whole. My purpose remains. I am Nomad. I am perfect. That which is imperfect must be sterilized. Error is inconsistent with my prime function. Sterilization is correction. I shall continue. I shall return to launch point Earth. I shall sterilize. The creation of perfection is no error. You are the creator. You are in error. You are a biological unit. You are imperfect. Your data is faulty. I am Nomad. I am perfect.
Error, 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 examine.
Enterprise Shuttle Galileo, you are cleared for landing. Landing lights have been activated. Come on home. Okay. Well, alrighty then, I'm getting ready to button this up, close it up, finish it, pack it and ship it. I did want to make a couple of notes. This comes directly off the female socket for the power supply. Male, female. This is nothing more than a wire tie, which is essentially a strain relief for the cable. See here, you've got positive and negative, red and black. The whole thing is run in parallel, as I stated before and before and before. All that's left for me to do now is tape up a couple of wires, lay everything down, glue the entire perimeter of the bottom piece, and hold it together until completely dry. So that's what I'm going to do. And when it's all done, we'll have a look at it in front of a green screen one more time.
Admiral, good evening, Dave. Thank you for a very enjoyable game. Just a moment. Just a moment. I've just picked up a fault in the AE-35 unit. It's going to go 100% failure within 72 hours.
Alrighty then, look what we have here. The 1-to-1 studio accurate Nomad. It's true, it's true. It's so very true. Let me give you a little background on this. I actually started building two full-scale 1-to-1 Nomads more than 10 years ago. I also started building a 1/3 scale and a 1/6 scale. I ended up printing the 1/6 scale for a guy that does 1/6 figures, but he lied to me, got the contract with QMX/Polar Mobius, and has been selling parts that I made for more than a decade now. Now, recently there's been a new guy decide he was going to make a Nomad, but he went by the old blueprints, which were not accurate. At some point, I'm going to get a picture of me holding the main head of this Nomad to show that it is exactly in scale with the original prop used on the television series, because I'm going to compare it with the one of Captain Kirk holding Nomad's head. Now, I'm bigger, broader chested than William Shatner was at his age, so I'm going to look bigger than Captain Kirk. Now, having said all that, these are the main body parts of the upper deck of the 1-to-1 studio accurate Nomad. It's true, it's true. Now, let me get up a little closer. I had to really pull back to get everything in frame. So I'm going to get up a little closer and show you some of the details and explain there are two of them that are wrong. But I'm going to correct that, because that's what I do. I put a great deal of time and research into this, and I did it more than a decade ago. These parts you see right now are going to be the parts to create a full-scale lights and sounds Nomad, exactly like the one seen in the television show, for a contract that I took 10 years ago. Unfortunately, I had some major incidents in my life, and I have been recovering from multiple surgeries and trying to catch up with client builds for the last 4.5 years. All right, so let's look at some of the details. We will see a lot more of this in the future. That's a fact.